Welcome to Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toretto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl and Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington. Great to have you with us, and welcome again to Sportsline Trivia. Bob Tattern here. My co-host tonight is George Guido. George, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Of course, we were sitting side by side Friday night at Freeport in the smallest press box in the country.
1940s motif.
Anyway, good to have you folks with us, and you're probably hurting inside as much as we are, not only with the third loss of the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I thought for sure somehow, and right now, had we done, the Pirates had done something with San Diego, would be a lot better off than where we sit now.
End up in third place, having gone on the road for that one-game winner-take-all. I think you'll look back at number one, that San Diego game last Wednesday night, had a lead going into the final inning, and especially that Cincinnati game Friday night. Now, you're referring to you and I sitting by each other in the Freeport press box. When the game was over, and I and the writer from the Butler Eagle, who was sitting on the other side of me, we were monitoring the Pirate game on our computers. Pirates winning 5-2, one out in the ninth, Melanson in there. You know, sound like money in the bank to me. By the time it took me to walk down the steps to the field, talk to the coaches, and walk back up to the press box, it was 5-5. And I was just ill over it. I didn't feel like writing up my story from that game. I was so ill. And you knew that once Cincinnati tied it, they were going to win it. There was no way the Pirates
took a home run to do it.
Win that game, yeah. And it was a little, about as cheap a home run as I've ever seen at PNC Park. It kind of just sneaked over the left field fence when it juts back to the 325 mark. It was 326 feet, maybe 326 and a half, but hey, it still counted as a home run. And that's what hurts, because had the Pirates held on that night and you had to win Saturday night, you could go into yesterday's game with Locke pitching, figuring, well, we've already won the series, but now when you have Locke going in where you have a chance to win the rubber game of a series, you know, this is what the Pirates ran into yesterday, and he didn't even last past the first inning. So it's a shame, but the Pirates have their work cut out.
Okay. In the meantime, give us a call, and 724-236-0430 is the number. We do have a couple of folks holding on line, and a couple of volunteers from our studio audience tonight to come up and chat with us. So in the meantime, here are the rules and the regulations on how to win. Well, not how to win, but how to play, right, okay. You can win a prize once every other week. A Grand Salami or the Mystery Profile can only be won once a month, one or the other. The Mystery Profile attempt is good for once in a calendar month. Time limits are 15 seconds for the multiple choice, 20 seconds for the Grand Salami, and the Mystery Profile, clue by clue. First-time callers, 2 or more prizes with a correct answer. One of our volunteers in the audience tonight, if he happens to win, is going to be double packaged when he goes home. DoubleDribbleBob.com is our my website. Has the answers to the trivia questions, and my radio program is every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock on the new WAVL. They're 9:10 on the AM dial. And they do have some nice features on a Saturday morning now, which is called Sports Saturday.
And it's new ownership there, right?
Right, new ownership. So anyway, we survived.
You've survived a few of those ownership changes over the years, have you not?
I don't know how I did it, but I did. Break time. We're going to come back with Tony, and he'll kick it off for tonight. Stay with us. George and I will be right back.
380 Auction and Discount Warehouse, Route 380, Murraysville.
Automotive supplies, groceries, housewares, pet supplies.
All at discount prices.
Sofas, dining tables, recliners, dressers and desks, lamps and end tables.
All at discount prices.
Yard and landscaping supplies, special catalog orders, mattresses with full warranties.
All at discount prices.
School supplies, tools, paint, toiletries, model cars, toys.
All at discount prices. Get to 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse today, Route 380, Murraysville.
Why do Arnold Furniture's customers continue to come back year after year? Maybe it's the personal touch that the Miller family has provided since 1975. Maybe it's the prices that are consistently lower than the competition. Or how about the selection? 4 floors of living room, dining room, recliners, bedding, accessories, and so much more. Plus free local delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old furniture guaranteed. The choice is obvious. Visit Arnold Furniture online at arnoldfurnitureinc.com or stop in and see us today.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
You know, where you buy your vehicle is just as important as what you buy. Stop in at Tower Auto Sales, Freeport Road in Blawnox, where you have the luxury of choice, and let the experienced sales staff headed by Mike Fanto help you. Tower Auto Sales, just buy it at 412-828-6202. Call today or tomorrow, whichever. All right, folks, we are back, and we got Tony on the line to kick it off. Tony has been in the leadoff spot for a long time.
He sure has. I'm sure he loved yesterday. Both Pittsburgh teams lost.
I can't imagine what he's going to lay on us this evening. Tony, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, George.
Yes, sir.
As soon as I get done, I'm getting on the phone and call every Pirate fan I know. We're gonna take a big collection up, and I like to at least buy 100 of those cheap home runs for the Pirates.
Yeah, that's true. I'll take them.
And donate it to them.
I'll take them.
I'll take them every day, baby.
Yep. They all count.
Right. I don't know where to start. Gloom and doom.
Well, let's start with the Steelers. You know, the Pirates are in pretty good shape despite
You think?
the
What's
couple
their
of
magic number?
losses.
Still 2?
2, yeah.
Now, it's what, a win and a loss by somebody or what?
Yes, if Washington loses tonight,
Well,
Pittsburgh
they
wins, they're
split
in.
a doubleheader yesterday. Now,
They
what's that,
did.
break them even?
That helps. That helps the Pirates that Washington lost the first game yesterday. But,
No, they won in the first. I think lost the second.
okay, it might have been the other
Well,
way
whatever.
around.
They-
But I know
whatever,
they
they split.
Yeah.
Okay.
And tonight the Pirates play in Chicago and Washington plays in St. Louis. I would rather see Washington defeat St. Louis. They're 5 games behind. I don't think they're much of a threat. And I
Well, as
can't
long
see
as we can
Washington
keep
going
winning.
6-0. Yeah.
You know, our nemesis is going against us tonight.
I know, Jeff Samardzija, you're
Right,
Notre
the
Dame
old
buddy.
Notre Dame guy. Should have stuck to wide receiver.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's Pirates have done well against him the last 2 times, but
Yeah,
the first,
yeah.
first half dozen times or so before the All-Star break this year, he really, including opening day, he had the Pirates just absolutely befuddled. He's a great pitcher. He's very tall, throws hard, and you know, he's not on a good team right now, and his record, I don't think, shows how capable he is.
That's right.
But
You're
still,
right.
Tony, at the beginning of the year, if I had said to you the Pirates this year will win 90, you would have thought that I was sick.
Oh, well, I definitely had in a straitjacket.
Well, we're at 89 right now, so.
I know. I hope they get that 90 and more. All right, let's go to the now. Haley. I think they should get a rock and put it where the sun don't shine, so we could have 2 Haley comets in the sky. But that's my opinion. This guy puts the offense and Ben in bad situations time after time after time. We're driving down for the tying touchdown, and we got 1st and 10. First play, Ben throws a pass out on the flat. I don't know if the receiver missed it, dropped it, or whatever. Okay, so now it's 2nd and 10. He runs the ball, as usual. No gain. Now it's 3rd and 10. and the defense is just going to lay their heels back and come at bend, and that's what they did. Incomplete pass, and here we are, our good old field goal team out on the field again. Now, if you would, I was told this. Now, you can look up, you got a computer there, that every team that Haley's been with, their kicker has the highest points for the year on kicking field goals.
Well,
This
Suckup did it
guy
in
was a
Kansas City,
failure
right?
everywhere he went. I don't see where he won anything. I don't see where he had the best offense in the world. This guy is totally awful. Even, I'm going to tell you something. Not only does the announcers and me and you and everybody else, plus the ball boy and maybe a couple janitors, know that Ben thrives on no huddle. Do you see it? No, you don't see it. Why? Is it an ego trip for Haley? Saying, oh, hey, you know, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to do what I want to do. That's the problem with Pittsburgh. It's amazing that I have to say all this, and they got 6 Super Bowls. Probably should have had 10, but I'm just saying. But this is the trouble down there. We're doing it the Steeler way, you know, not the way that we can win. And you know what? I said 5. Well, I said 4, then I went to 5 wins. They might not win a game. They keep doing this way. If they get some more injuries. And then yesterday, Miller's back in the game. Caught 3 lousy passes. And I'm saying, where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, I seen where he was at. He had to stay in the block because the offensive line is so terrible,
Bad, yeah.
is idiotic. And how about our great Lamar Woodley? He goes up against a rookie, Jordan Mills. 5th-round draft choice this year. And the kid ate him up all day. In fact, he threw the block that Forte in that 55-yard run.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a 5th-round draft choice. Where's our 5th round, 3rd round, 2nd round, and 1st round?
They're in the unemployment line.
There you go. There you go. You know, it's a shame when you accumulate 459 yards to 258 and you get crushed. Crushed. And the times, Chicago had it for 31-36. We had it for 28-24. 28-24. I mean, that's real close. You know, the passing, we had 379. They had 151. But the rushing, we only had 80 on 21 carries.
Yeah, that ground game with the Steelers, and Bob, I think you and I have talked
it should
about
be
it
grounded.
before. It's just really, really hurt now. I don't know when Bell's going to be there, if it's going to improve any, but you got to have the blocking. I don't care how much individual talent a running back has.
Right. And a lot of this trouble is Ben, too. He's back there, and I know he moves around and all that, but I've seen him throw to guys double coverage and notice guys maybe 10 yards down the sidelines all by themselves, he don't throw to them. You know, this is what I could pick up just on TV. You know, I don't have the films of the game. But over the years, I noticed a lot of that. And I noticed a lot of 2 receivers in the same area for the Steelers. Did you notice that
They
yesterday?
almost bump each other. Yeah, I saw that a couple of times last night.
I mean, that just draws more people. You know, when you get 2 guys 5 yards apart, that draws more people over there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, this whole. Well, you know what? Rudy's wanted this. They got what they deserve.
That's right. They wanted to, and the public too wanted to get rid of Bruce Arians in the worst way. Now you see what happens when you want to get rid of somebody.
Don't get me wrong. I wasn't a great Bruce
for.
Arians fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he pulled a lot of bad plays and everything like that. But to compare to this moron, I would take 3 Bruces right now. 3, maybe 4. This is just a disgrace. To put the Steeler fans through this, is ridiculous. And that's what they did. They know what they're doing down there. You know what they did? They looked at the Pirates for 20 years. Didn't put nothing on the field and made money. I think now the Steelers are going to do. Hey, we got 6 Super Bowls. Let's start making some big money.
Tony, I'm going to give you the name of a good psychiatrist that I know.
I'm looking for support groups.
Because in a couple of weeks, the Penguins are going to be in action.
Don't call anymore.
The Penguins will be in action in a couple of weeks.
Please don't talk about
and if things don't go well there either,
oh my God,
you're going to be a basket case.
And Tomas Fakun is out already for an
their
indefinite
backup goalie now. He's done.
Yep, he's.
Blood clot he had.
Yeah, that doesn't
Well, I
sound
thought that
good.
was dissolved, but I guess.
It's
Yeah,
dissolved,
but
but he's going to be out for a
he has
while.
to watch for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but well, hey, happy news. Hey, Monday, good old Monday, right? Bring all the good sports news. Boy,
All right, Tony.
I'm glad the Steelers and the Pirates are. I mean, the Steelers at least are not. Excuse me, stock. Or I'd be broke if you invested into that crap. But well, what else? I don't know what else.
Well, they're going to London this week. Maybe they can be 1-0 outside this continent.
You're right. I wanted to say this. How would you like to be holding the ticket to go see two teams 0-3? Ooh, would I be excited? Unbelievable.
I want to
They'll never let us back into London again.
They very well could. We could be breaking off relations with our best ally.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. But anyhow, I was told by a good resource that had a computer that the Steelers are losing a lot of money because the stadium is sold out, but the fans are not showing up. And okay, I can see exhibition games, but they haven't showed up. When they played at home, they said they're losing. Not only the Steelers, but the surrounding area.
Well,
with
the
the
parking.
restaurants,
Right,
the
yeah.
parking, and
Well,
all that.
I didn't see any attendance figures from last night. Were there a lot of no shows? It didn't look like there were many.
Well, I seen quite a few empty seats, but that was I don't know. This is what I heard. It was on a computer, and I was told that especially the restaurants and all that.
Right,
that
that's a
it
concern
didn't seem
if
as
you
many
have a
fans
business
going to the
surrounding
game.
business.
I mean, I know the seats are bought. The Steelers have their money,
Right.
but if they keep playing like this, they're going to be playing between 25,000, 30,000 people down.
You take a look at that Cleveland game, the last game of the regular season last year. I think it was a couple days before New Year's.
Yeah.
There were not even 50,000 in the stands. There
Yeah.
were at least 15,000 empty
Well,
seats
hey,
that
can you
day.
blame a
And if
500
this keeps
team if they
going,
win?
and
You know what I mean?
Cleveland
I mean,
packed it in for the season
you know,
themselves,
it's-
and you're going to see a lot of empty seats there. And when you see those empty seats, I think that's what will get the attention of the ownership.
Yeah, well, well, you know what? Maybe yes, maybe no, because they have their money. It's when the season tickets don't all sell out, but they got like a 25,000 waiting list for them. So
Yeah, they have a waiting list.
But did you ever see old movies of World War II when Germany used to move in and all these people are leaving the town across the bridges and that? That's what it looked like the Steeler game yesterday when they showed the bridge. All the people going across, like they were evacuating the stadium. But oh well.
All right, Tony.
All right.
Before we get started with your trivia,
Okay.
you didn't win last week, did you?
Huh?
You didn't win anything last week.
I haven't won since they hung Mussolini. I think
Okay.
something like that.
Well, I wanna
but
let-
anyhow, listen to this. Next week, I got to go back. Now I feel how Al Pacino felt in The Godfathers. Every time I want to get away from the Grand Salami, I get pulled back
You
in.
pull back in.
A-Fraud hit a home run and tied me.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
He hit a Grand Salami and tied me.
Friday night against the Giants, yes.
Yeah. A-Fraud of all the guys.
Yeah.
The guy shouldn't even be playing baseball.
Yeah.
It was a disgrace he broke Garrett's record.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? So next week, I'm back on the.
You'll show A-Rod.
Give me multiple choice tonight.
Okay, I was
can't
going to
even
say,
win them anymore.
guys in the control room, before we start, I made an error on one notation. We left off with question number 5 last Monday night. So we're starting tonight with number 6, and I have it earmarked as number 1. So if you guys can go to number
Sure,
6,
I
would appreciate
I probably
it.
knew number 5.
Could be, could be.
I'm just kidding.
Possibly.
Well, you got the Russian weightlifter question. George,
Well, I
you
told
want
you
to
I
give
should
it?
take
Okay.
one, so you know that.
Okay, here we go, Tony. NBA question.
Oh, great.
What
My
player
favorite
appeared-
subject. Oh, I told you. Go ahead.
What player appeared in the most NBA playoff games? Yeah, you might want to go back to the Grand Salami after this one. But
Most
name the
NBA
player now.
playoff games?
Now, this is playoff games, not regular
Yeah.
season games.
Right.
Is it Bill Russell, Robert Horry, Michael Jordan, or Oscar Robertson?
Whew. Now, there was Bill Russell. Who was the second one?
Robert Horry,
Robert Ory.
Michael Jordan,
Okay.
and Oscar Robertson.
How about Michael Ory?
Robert Horry.
Yeah, whatever it was.
You are correct.
Huh?
Robert Horry, you are correct. So you're an NBA expert now, Tony.
Boy, hey, now I got basketball on my repertoire. Great.
244 NBA playoff games.
Ain't that unbelievable?
With the Rockets and the Lakers, basically. But yeah.
That doesn't mean nothing, thank God.
Well, 244
All right, so now next week I
NBA
can't go
playoff
for
games,
anything,
and
so it'll be
you
the
are a
week
winner.
after.
All right, Tony, thanks for
Hey,
the call.
buddies, you have a great day, all of you.
Okay,
All right.
take care.
Bye-bye.
Let's take a break. We're going to come back and continue here on the show tonight. Back in a flash. Stay aboard. This is where you get the absolute freshest deli meats and cheeses. Fazio's Italian Deli in Arnold. At Fazio's, you're getting only the best and freshest selection. Fazio's has its own bakery and offers you fresh baked bread, rolls, pastries, and more. Pick up individual salads to go, Italian sausages, hoagies, custom-made sandwiches, even party trays for your next get-together. Freshness and quality every time at Fazio's Italian Deli, Leishman and Dre in Arnold.
Max and his son made their way homeward bound when mischievous rain dropped down, down, down. Safety was threatened by every roguish drip. They slipped and slid. They couldn't get a grip. Then along came the Michelin Man, reminding them the right tire changes everything. Stop up to 31 feet shorter than a leading competitor with the new Michelin Defender tire, backed by a 90,000-mile warranty. Michelin, a better way forward.
Available at Highland Tire under the bridge in Tarentum and Freeport Road in Natrona Heights. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Westmoreland provides a full range of coverage for all of your automobile needs. Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. All right, there we go. Mattio's Pizza, located at 1000 Broadview Boulevard in Brackenridge Heights, is the place to go if you want to really try some great pizza. Hand-tossed pizzas, gyro sandwiches, subs, hoagies, calzones, strombolis, wingdings, and lots more. Give them a try. Give them a call, 724-904-7312. That's Mattio's Pizza. George?
All
We're
right,
gonna jump to
we
another
are back.
call? Yeah.
We have before we take our next caller, just want to talk about my book very quickly, Ali Kiski Sports History. It's a comprehensive look at the coaches, players, and events that are all part of high school football history here in the AK Valley. The book is $19.95. You could pick it up at Costello's Printing in Trentham and at any of the Klingensmith Pharmacy locations here in Armstrong County, be it Leechburg, Freeport, Katanning, or Ford City. Or order online. I understand a lot of people do that these days. www.wordassociation.com. Bob?
Okay, we're going to go to Chris on the phone. And Chris, thank you for tuning in tonight. Good evening.
Hi, Bob. Hi, George. How
Hi,
are you
Chris.
guys? How you doing, George?
Pretty well.
I think you should open up the Sportsline show with your former theme song in honor of the two losses. I think.
The former theme
The
song?
former theme song.
I didn't
Your
remember what it
former theme
was.
song, when you were on at 4:30.
When
Low
were
down.
we ever on at 4:30?
I used to be on the old Channel 3.
Yeah, low
But
down.
he's
by
talking about
Mike Gagg.
Sportsline. I don't understand.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the song Lowdown
Yeah.
by Boz Skaggs, yes.
Yeah, I think we should.
That
open
takes
the
us
show with
back
that.
to 1977.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk sports, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go back to sports. I just thought, I think it's the league, the way they set up the thing with the Steelers. I think that's what the problem is, the way everything got set up with the situation with the schedule. Because it seemed like every year they try to make it a little bit tougher, and then the chances seem like you get harder to win.
Yeah.
Is that your thought too, or not?
Well, you know the schedules are made up years in advance.
I didn't know that. But
Yeah, the schedules are made up something like 7 or 8 years in advance. And it depends on how you finish the previous season. You know, it's already set up next year that the Steelers will play one of the NFC divisions, and depending on where the Steelers finish, They will play the first place team from this division, third place team from this division. In other words, you just, after the standings are decided one year, you just slot in the teams. And all the NFL does is arrange the schedule. You know, a lot of times, depending on what's going on, Detroit and Dallas always get a Thanksgiving Day game, so you got to schedule around that. The two New York teams, it's not publicized very much, but the two New York teams are compelled to play at different times because they would divide up the TV ratings. So you notice the Jets and the Giants are never playing simultaneously. But the schedules are actually made up. I mean, the schedule for 4 or 5 years down the road is intact already.
Is that the same way with the Pirates schedule as well?
Not really, because the formats change and the teams change, and you have to secure X number of home dates. You're not allowed to play, I think, more than 20 straight days and X number of games on the road. There's a lot of factors that go into the baseball schedule. That's not, they have next year's schedule out already, but it was just a couple of weeks ago that they put the baseball schedule out. But the baseball schedule, too, there's certain factors there. The Red Sox always have to play home on Patriots Day, the third Monday of April. The Baltimore Orioles, when it's Pimlico race weekend in Baltimore, they send the Orioles out of town because everybody's coming in town for the horse race. So Baltimore just kind of clears out and leaves the community toward the Preakness Stakes that day. But there's always other factors you have to figure in a baseball schedule. It's very difficult to do.
I thought it was just because of the fact that they wanted, in the NFL as far as that goes, I thought that was just the fact because they wanted a more of a challenging situation because of the setup and all that, because they're figuring on the people scoring the year before. So how that's set up?
Well, they put the schedule out, and then the networks grab their games. Now, obviously, the Steelers have very high ratings whenever they play. So you see the Steelers a lot of times, they'll get a night game or they'll get a 4 o'clock game on a Sunday. The Steelers don't have that many 1 o'clock Sunday games, but Bob, the way the season's going, they may move the Steelers back to the old 1 o'clock Sunday games. You notice, for instance, how many games the Buffalo Bills play at 1 o'clock.
Well, 1 second.
They're not very popular at all.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just curious if that's what brought on the situation. Can I go for multiple choice, please?
All right, Bob.
Is it my turn then?
Multiple choice for
Okay,
Chris.
we go to question number 7. And Chris, here it is.
Football or what?
What American pro football quarterback was intercepted the most times in one season? What American pro football, that doesn't mean American League, it's what American.
I know what you mean.
Okay. Was it John Hadle, Frank Terpuka, George Blanda, or Fran Tarkenton?
I'm going to go with Fran Tarkenton.
Chris, you're incorrect there. Missed it by one local guy by the name of George Blanda, born out near Greensburg. He was intercepted 42 times in 1962. And even if you took 42 into today's 16 games, you're looking at the 2 point.
Yeah, they played a 14-game schedule,
almost, yeah.
so he would throw 3 interceptions a game back then.
All right, Chris, thank you.
I'll talk to you again. I got to go. Something come up here. Bye-bye.
All right, we'll mark that up. And next multiple choice will be at number 9. Okay, now, do we have another call, guys? Yes. Okay, who's on the line with us? Good evening.
Mark from New Ken by way of Blawnox.
Hi, Mark.
By way of Blawnox, okay.
I hope I'm wrong with my prediction last week, Bob, when I said Steelers 0-4. Remember
Boy.
when I was saying that I had a bad feeling?
I remember.
Yeah, and then, well, because what, the next Minnesota's 0-3, so a team, that was 0-4 never made it to the playoffs or something? They were.
Oh, no, the Steelers were 0-4 one year, and they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, they were with 0-4, okay.
Yep.
All right, then there's still a chance.
I forget the year, 70.
I'm not sure, but boy, it's not easy.
I know,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not easy.
Okay, and then changing the subject a bit, how many teams score 50-some points and lose?
Yeah, just think how Duke feels.
I mean,
scored
with that game, yeah, that was
55
unbelievable.
points and they lost the game. And if that game would have had 4 or 5 more minutes, I think Pitt would have lost. I think Duke just ran out of time.
I know. I forget, was the weather. Was it raining that bad there or not?
It rained badly about the
Okay.
last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Other than that,
It was good.
weather was temperate.
But, yeah, I guess that was one of the wildest games I've seen, but at least Pitt won.
Yes, I mean, that's a victory. Can't be taken from you.
Then last night at the end of the Indy game, they switched to show the Jet game. How many teams have 20 penalties and win?
Yeah, they
were
that was
talking
amazing.
about that one. That was a sloppy game for that, but the Jets come back and won. So.
Did they ever say why they switched the games yesterday? They switched.
Well, because Indy game was over.
Oh,
So
okay.
they had to, because the Emmys were coming on. I guess CBS
Right.
didn't have anything to put on till 8 o'clock. Since 60 Minutes was preempted. They knew it was going to be late, and the
Okay.
Jet game just happened to go long. It wasn't over till like 5 to 8.
All right. Okay, I understand now. I thought they bailed out of the Baltimore-San Francisco game. I think I had switched over to watch one of the newscasts or watch ESPN
Well, they
baseball
had,
tonight.
Fox had Green Bay, Cincinnati. Then Channel 2 had the Houston-Baltimore game. Then the 4 o'clock game was Indy at San Francisco.
Okay.
But it ended like a quarter after 7.
Right. When I got home from the Pirate game, they had San Francisco and Indianapolis on, and then the next time I came back to the TV, they had switched it off, and I thought since that the 49ers are just playing horribly too. I mean, we talk about the Steelers. I wonder how the people in San Francisco feel. That team is really, really playing poorly. But they're as bad as the Steelers are, Mark. They're 2 games out of first place.
Yeah, and Green Bay almost held Pittsburgh. So they had Cincinnati beat till the guy fumbled.
Yep.
Bengal picked it up and ran it back for a
Right.
touchdown.
But turnover-wise, Cincinnati's back to the old Bengals team we've known for
Yeah,
years
so
and
you
years.
never know
Boy, they have
what's
a
gonna
ton of
happen.
turnovers.
Well, I better go for multiple choice. I've been on the line for a while. I don't want to
All
take
right.
up too much time.
Well, it's still good to hear from you, though, Mark.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, our next question, number 8, according to the listing we have here, there it is. Who is the all-time NBA scoring champion? Now, we mean the career leading scorer of all time. Is it Karl Malone, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Who is the leading NBA career scorer of all time?
I'm bad at basketball, but I'll say Jabbar.
And you are absolutely correct.
He was just on TV yesterday, so
Oh, was he?
yeah, one of the shows my wife had taped. So
Okay.
okay, thank you
Kareem
very much.
Abdul-Jabbar. Listen to this, Mark. This is a lot of hooping. 38,387 points.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
When did he change his name from Lou Alcindor?
I think about the second year he was in the pros. Maybe, I'm going to say 1973, 74, thereabouts.
Well, yeah, that's right. He was. Yeah, my wife. That's right. He was on the Katie Couric show with Billy Crystal, and my wife taped it, and he come on. So I was thinking maybe it's him.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, fellas.
All right.
Have a good night.
Okay, Mark, thank you for the call. We have another caller. All right, welcome to the program. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. This is Rich.
Hi, Rich.
Rich, good to hear from you.
Good. Hey, looks like St. Louis is only a 2-game lead on the Pirates because Milwaukee beat them yesterday.
Yeah, that really helped the Pirates because, boy, if you fall behind by 3 with 6 games left, that's tough. And, hey, we got to give a shout out to the Brewers, even though they've manhandled us the past number of years. I mean, they give you a game. They give you a game. Last night, they could have just packed in their tents and put their rookies in and done some experimenting, but they played St. Louis head-to-head and defeated them. Now it went down to the last pitch, but you got to give Milwaukee and teams like that credit. They have integrity, and goodness knows, Rich, baseball needs all the integrity it can find.
Right. Now they play Washington tonight. Washington has a guy pitching. He's like 7-0. Rourke.
Okay, I'm not familiar with him. Must be somebody they brought up.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him either, but it said in the paper that he was 7-0. He's going against Wainwright, though.
Now, Washington's still mathematically in it. I
Right.
mean, barely, but they're still in it.
Now, it would be better for them to beat St. Louis, right, instead of
I
St.
think
Louis
so,
beating them.
Yeah, the Pirates aren't going to go 0-6, and Washington's not going to go 5-1.
And we got 3 with Chicago, 3 with Cincy, and that's it.
That's it, yeah.
And all on the road.
Now, say if they do, say they tie with St. Louis,
Okay.
they have the edge on them?
Yes. The Pirates beat St. Louis in the season series 10-9, so if they end up tied, they will play a one-game tiebreaker in Pittsburgh next Monday. Now, the Pirate front office today was contacted, and they said they still don't have a time for it. But if Pittsburgh and St. Louis end up in a tie, they will play a one-game tiebreaker. The winner sits out the wild card game. The loser has to go play the other wild card team, which is probably going to be Cincinnati. But yeah, wouldn't that be something? After 162 games, you end up tied.
Now, the Pirates yesterday, they had like 38,699 down there.
Yeah.
Which took them over, well, they're 2,256.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
well
second
over.
best of all time, attendance-wise.
Now, they said the first home run ever hit at the stadium was by, was it Casey or
Sean Casey,
played
right,
for,
of the Reds.
Cincinnati then?
Yeah, he played for Cincinnati at the time. Yeah, that was a long, towering home run and the first one ever at PNC Park.
Hey, our catcher, Martin, I think he needs a little bit more rest. He's taking a beating back here trying
He
to catch
is.
all those
He
balls
really
in
is.
the
Now,
dirt.
he's back in the lineup tonight. He left yesterday's game with a sore knee. But, boy, I tell you what, he's taken, especially with all the sliders thrown by Pirate pitchers. That poor guy takes a beating back there, but he did get a couple days off last week. And I think, in the meantime, you know, Tony Sanchez is coming along better as a catcher than I thought he would. So he's going to be an option going down the road. But right now, you just hope Russell Martin can play as much as possible.
What about Marte? He's still going to be sitting on the bench, you think?
Yeah, Tabata's in the starting lineup tonight. Tabata's been doing rather well.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's hitting
yeah.
280.
Yeah, 280. I think he was 283 at the start of yesterday's game. So, you know, Marte is probably someone you could put in for defensive purposes in the late innings. But Tabata's doing well. He's holding his own lately.
And
What
it's a
about
shame
Mercer?
what happened
Is
to
he,
him.
like, scheduled to start tonight?
Excuse me?
Mercer, is he scheduled to start?
I'm not sure. I didn't hear who was playing shortstop. Jeff Hathorn had the starting lineup on one of the sportscasts, so I can recall Tabata being in there and Martin being in there, but I didn't catch who the shortstop was.
Okay, I guess I'll go for multiple choice.
All right, my turn, I guess. Question number 9. We're looking for the name of the first college quarterback to throw for 10,000 yards in his career. Was it Doug Flutie, Dan Marino, John Elway, or Michael Vick?
I'll say Doug Flutie.
Guess what?
Boy, we're living right, Bob.
We have 3 winners here tonight so far. Doug Flutie in 1984 finished, I forget the total yardage, but it wasn't just over 10. It was considerably over.
Considerably over.
So,
Well,
yeah.
he's known for throwing that most famous Hail Mary, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
sure was. What a game. I'll never forget that game, 1984. It's hard
That
to
was
believe
against
that's
Miami.
29 years ago. Yeah, against the Hurricanes. And I don't think the Hurricanes were the same for a couple of years after that.
No, they haven't been.
Okay, hey, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, break time very quickly. George and I will return. Right after this, we'll have somebody from the studio front and center. Stay with us. Since 1914, people in the local area have relied on the Resevich family in deepest time of need. The Resevich family is the oldest established name in the funeral profession in the AK Valley. Its reputation and unquestionable service speaks for itself. Now the proud tradition of service continues with a 4th generation. The Resevich family serves the AK Valley from 2 locations, 5th Avenue Arnold and Leechburg Road, Lower Burrell.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Welcome to Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, the place for big appetites. Their great sandwich selection includes the Geronimo, piled high with generous portions of meat and fixings. Their barbecue ribs are the best in town. Half rack or full rack, they don't come better. Buffalo Bill's wings are everybody's favorite. Uniquely oven-baked, not deep-fried, and yet so crispy. Your choice of 13 flavored seasonings. Grab a bucket for the big game. Eat in or take out, credit cards accepted. Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, Freeport Road, New Kensington, across from Felderelli Square. You know, there's 40 years of experience at Tower Auto Sales at the same location. They're located, of course, at Freeport Road in Blawnox. Allow Tower Auto Sales professional staff help you in the selection of your next pre-owned vehicle. Tower Auto Sales, where they say, just buy it. Get a hold of Mike Fanto on the telephone if you would, 412-828-6202, or just make plans to stop down. Okay, back here in the program, don't forget the radio program that I do on Saturday morning. WAVL is 910 on the AM dial. Pardon me, every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and it's all on sports history and sports nostalgia. Okay, we're going to check in with Bobby, who is if you'll go to the microphone, Bobby, and we'll chat with you for a little bit here on sports. First time visitor, first time, we always use the word term, caller. So welcome to the show.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Guy. How you guys doing?
Okay. So what's on your mind?
Well, one thing that I was kind of curious about, interested in actually, is this whole, they're taking the NFL to London for a game, right? Now, I was told, has this been done yet? Already?
Oh yeah, several times. Yeah, and it's mostly involving New England.
Oh really?
Yeah.
See, I've never heard of such a thing actually. Like, and I was curious. Like, do you think that actually affects like their demeanor, their morale at all, just because of the fact that no hometown team, like does.
It's a tourist attraction, if anything, I guess, but. What I've never been able to understand about the move is that the team that would normally be the home team, they have all those concessions they're giving up with restaurants, hotels, and parking, and the people that work at the stadiums or the stadium is not there that day to bring in their own paycheck. Why are we going overseas anyway? I don't know.
Well, they want to expand the product. They want the NFL to be a worldwide entity.
Well, the thing about it's called National Football League, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's a big deal. I mean, I got a lot of love for the guys overseas, but they have their own stuff over there. It just seems like it's taking away a lot of business, a lot to.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I'm sure now the Steelers will be compensated handsomely. But as Bob brought up, the people that sell the merchandise outside the stadiums and the restaurant.
They're not going to get a free paycheck from anybody.
No, they're not going to get reimbursed for their efforts from the NFL. So their goal is eventually to have a team outside the continental United States and Canada. Mexico City has been mentioned in the past, but they have a relationship with England. Now the Steelers played an exhibition game in Ireland a few years ago. Penn State's going over to Ireland for a football game next season. So
you would think Notre Dame would be involved.
Yeah, why would?
See, I think they need to rename a lot of these, the corporations and stuff like National Hockey League. Yet, it's Canada and the United States.
It's always been that way, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I like. It just doesn't. I mean, it's not a huge deal, I guess, because it's only one game. Like, maybe they'll do a few more, but it's not taking away from the grand scheme of things. But it just seems like that's like one of the things. Like, if you're from Pittsburgh, you love the Pittsburgh Steelers. You want to see the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're from the Carolina, stuff like that. And it just seems like you want to keep it localized as far, as nationally goes, just because of the fact that that's the attraction for a lot of people. The people that show up to the games, they want to see their hometown team.
And for us back here, I'm trying to remember. My daughter did go to England this summer, for soccer
tour.
And I just can't remember the hour difference. I think it's 5.
It's 5. So that's something else you have to think of if
right.
you're a ball
So
player.
when they're playing, let's say we wanted to watch, we want to watch the game at 1 p.m. They're kicking off at 6 p.m.
right.
Okay.
It'll be 6
So
o'clock London time.
it's not that bad, but still, there's a time difference.
Yeah.
Now, if they motor over to Tokyo or something to play.
That's a different story. You're going over the international date line, and I can't figure any of that stuff out.
Yeah, 3 a.m. I don't think I'll be up for that one, Lulu.
I know, the Steelers played in Japan once. Didn't they play an exhibition game in Japan once? I'm going to think it was right at the time of the Olympics in Atlanta, because I can remember that game being on TV. It wasn't that strange of a time, but for the Japanese it was. I can remember right about the time the Olympics in Atlanta were taking place in 1996. I could be wrong. I could have my timelines mixed up, but they want the Bobby, to your original point though, they want to grow the game internationally. It's grown here probably as much as it's going to. The Steelers and most of the other NFL teams play to 100% stadium capacity, so you can't sell any more tickets to Heinz Field. In fact, you have a waiting list. So it's a matter now that they want to break some new fertile ground and go overseas. I don't know if they're ever going to have a franchise, but with supersonic travel now, Bob, you can get from France to the Philadelphia airport in just a few hours anymore with the supersonic jets. So
I mean, I guess that's a cool idea. Even if they would build a franchise in a different country or something like that, but it just seems to me that takes away because a lot of that hometown appeal. Even if we're talking nationally, still compare the United States to the rest of the world, that is very localized, and it just seems like doing something like that would definitely take away. I mean, that's what they have the Olympics for, right? That's where
it's an
everybody.
International event, but they want to. The NBA, for instance, is very, very popular in Europe. There were youngsters one year that came to a church camp at St. Margaret Mary's in Lower Borough. And these youngsters, now I spoke with some of them, they did speak English, they teach English in the schools over in Spain, but they knew the NBA players because they watched the NBA games on the satellite feed at that time. And they knew some of the NBA teams like the Lakers more than I did, and I lived here. But it's something they want to grow the game internationally. It will benefit all the teams. For instance, if a fan in London this week goes to buy a Vikings t-shirt or Steelers ball cap or whatever, the proceeds go into one pile, and it's divided up by 32 among the NFL teams. So again, you have revenue coming into the owners. They're always looking for a new source of revenue.
And I'm not trying to be xenophobic about it, or
saying
America only, but it just. It just seems like that was the basis that company was built on, national, all that stuff. And I think it's cool, definitely, to go over and do that. But
you hate to lose a home game for us.
Yeah, and it seems like it honestly, doing all that, if eventually other places would start their own teams, and we're able to get in on that, it just seems like it would complicate things so much, in an already extremely complicated they're adding new prohibitions, new rules, seemingly all the time. Yeah. So between all that, it just seems like it would really, really complicate things.
Well, we're going to give Bobby a chance here to win a couple of prizes because we're up against a break, and we want to do that now. So here are your choices. You're new, all right? Multiple choice, as you have seen sitting in the studio audience. You've got the question and then 4 options that you can visibly see. One of those is correct. The other option is 2 other options, actually. We give you a question without any clues or options, and that is the what we call Grand Salami. If you get it correct, you get $125 in gift coupon certificates, and that includes the $25 salami, okay?
Real salami.
A real
A real salami, all right? And the other one is the mystery profile where we paint a picture in words of a particular well-known sports personality. And as we go with the questions and you miss, the value comes down each time. But you start out there with $100. So take your pick and let's do something here with trivia.
Okay. So I can pick either of the one.
Right.
And either 3 games.
Okay. The one without any options probably isn't going to be a good idea because my knowledge is not that expansive. How about what was the one you were talking about where
The mystery profile.
Yeah. Okay, we give you a $100 question if you miss it. Then the next question's worth $75, and so on down the line.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fun.
Let's. I'm probably not going to do too well.
Well,
at this.
let's give it a shot here.
Give it a shot.
Here's your first question, Bobby. And by the way, the mystery profile is sponsored by Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Broadview Boulevard in Brackenridge, next to District Magistrate Bengal's office there, right around the corner of Morgan and Old Freeport Road. Now, first question. I am the only Heisman Trophy winner to play alongside my brother in professional football. So think of somebody who won a Heisman Trophy and his brother was on the same team with him when he got to the pros.
Oh, on the same team.
Yes.
Oh.
So that narrows it down a bit.
Not for me. Well, the only 2 brothers that I'm aware of in NFL are Peyton and Eli Manning. So
Okay, but that's you know what we're getting at though. But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
isn't the right answer. So we'll go down to the $75 question here.
Okay.
In the year I was drafted into the NFL, I was the lowest Heisman pick ever to be selected by an NFL team. So in other words, this Heisman Trophy winner was not thought of too highly by the pros.
Oh. Would I be able to get the year he was drafted?
First time caller, okay.
Yeah, 1984.
Oh.
I'm sorry, 1985. 1985.
Oh,
He was
God.
drafted. 1984, he was a senior in college.
I wasn't even born yet. I'm gonna have to pass on that. I can't even.
Okay,
think
you
of-
want the next question now? This is worth $50.
Okay.
I played in the NFL, the Canadian Football League, and the United States Football League. So he was all around here, the NFL, the CFL, and the USFL.
This is gonna be a complete shot in the dark. It's probably not right. I want to say Bill Goldberg because I thought
No.
he played in the CFL.
No.
No, not it. Let's
We
go
gotta
down
move a
to
little
the
bit quicker, too, so-
$25
Oh, I
question.
apologize.
While in high school, only one Division 1A college showed an interest in my football talents. So he really had to prove himself.
You know what? I'm gonna have to pass on that one. too.
Okay, well, let's give you, this is what we call the Tinker Toy question. I threw a very famous Hail Mary pass for Boston College. Think of a great Boston College quarterback who is most famous for, you know what a Hail Mary is in football.
Yeah, I'm aware
Okay,
of what a Hail Mary is.
He threw a famous Hail Mary pass on national TV for Boston College.
Oh, man.
It was the day after Thanksgiving of 1984, if that helps you any. See, we're even generous to give you a clue.
No, I do appreciate it. You know what, with the time coming up and the fact that I've shown I have absolutely zero knowledge about football whatsoever, I'm going to have to pass on
Okay.
that, and thank you guys.
We'll tell you the answer, Doug Flutie. Magic Flutie.
I'll tell you what.
But you see how the
We're-
game is played now.
Okay, we're very late. We got to take a quick commercial break. We're coming back. final comments in a minute. Bobby, we got a little prize for you anyway.
Oh, well,
Okay?
I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Break time, we'll be right back.
Husqvarna, taming the wild.
Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Accidents happen. Are you prepared? You can be with a wide range of homeowners insurance options from Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. My first book on sports is available not only through the internet, but at various local businesses in the AK Valley. It's Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. Short sports stories, odd and unusual, fascinating and funny, only take about a minute to read. Go online to doubletripplebob.com where links are provided for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Word Association to get book information. Get your copy locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, or the Hot Dog Guys Lower Borough.
They both won.
Show you how good we are with time. We have a minute to go, Paul. And Paul from Lower Borough is going to take a quick at bat. So, Paul, as we adjust camera for somebody who's about 6'8", let's. Are you 6'8"?
About 6'2".
6'2". Yeah, maybe because I dropped to 5'4". I don't know. Anyway, Paul, what are your thoughts this week?
Yeah,
we got about a minute and a half.
Anyway, quickly, Friday, Paul Ridge looked great against Leechburg, and I did say they would beat Clareton in the for the single A championship, and I was surprised Clareton lost this week, snapping their, I think it was 66
in a row.
Right.
And by the way, West Shamokin also lost.
Yes, poor West Shamokin. The feel-good story of the year, they weren't feeling so good after a 48-0 loss to Avonworth. But that Apollo Ridge Avonworth game this week ought to be something special.
Yeah, I'm going to see the Katanning Wildcats at Barrow on Friday. So
Katanning's another team, and they're basically young, freshmen and sophomores, and
They're
this is the last 2 years of Katanning High School.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, 2015, they are kaput.
And it's going to go back to what, Armstrong Central again?
They're going to call themselves just Armstrong, and their nickname is going to be the Riverhawks.
Wow. And where are they going to play, at Katanning? Or?
No, they're building a new school and a new stadium out on Old 66 up Indiana Hill. Between Katanning and Ford City, so it'll be between both schools.
Okay. Cool. Paul, you're not eligible for this week, so anyway, we'll say goodnight to you and to the rest who have joined us here tonight. George, thank you for your input. Always great to get together, and we'll kick a few things around here again next Monday night, live streaming, and of course Thursday night on Comcast Cable. Thanks for joining us on Sportsline tonight. I'm Bob Tattern.
George Guido.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Tarentum and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Borough and Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.